Cult of HasanAbi. And then the gym saga, and then we'll get to more serious subjects in a second.
If you're a guy in your 20s and you don't have a Lamborghini, you should actually sit down and have like a serious discussion with yourself as to why you don't have a Lambo.
Yep.
Because I realize now that it's so incredibly easy and there's so much money out there, and 200 grand relative to what is out there in circulation and what you can grab, especially now with AI tools that you can leverage like never before, 200 grand is chump change. If you're a guy in your 20s.
What? If you're a guy in your 20s, please reconsider your life. If you don't have a Lambo yet, like, what are you doing? I don't understand. This guy clearly has one. Just take it. What the fuck? Motherfucker said 200 grand. With respect to all of the dollars that are out there is nothing. Okay, what if you're like, you know, working a fucking job and barely making ends meet? Idiot. Has anyone looked up who this guy's parents are and how much money they gave him to fund his company? He's just a young grifter. He retweets people saying the first thing everyone should do to get rich is drop shipping. Boomers aren't any different, Lamau. I mean, yeah.
For 25.
Imagine being a boomer that has it so good you think somebody's going to retire by saving $100 a month. Oh my God, no shit.
In banking for 25 years.
Okay, so in finance?
Mm-hmm.
Medical field. Physician, yeah. I've been a family doctor for 42 years.
2023 just started. How can someone start their path to becoming financially free in today's world?
$100 a month at a 4 or 5% return on your money. In 20 years, you'll be a millionaire. I like the old 10-10-80 rule. First
$100 a month with 5% return? Brother, that's what is he talking about, dude? What the fuck is he even talking about? Bro, that amount of money in... First of all, okay, this guy's a banker, which, holy fuck, that is scary. Jesus Christ. Okay, $100 a month is $1,200 a year, okay? He's talking about compound, like he's talking about like 5% return. You put $1,200 a year into a investment portfolio, okay? An investment portfolio. Over the course of like the first, I don't know, there's got to be an easier way to calculate this. Like, what would you do? $1,200, like how at what 4% in 20 years? Compound interest calculator. We could do that. Okay, initial deposit, let's say, is $1,200, and your contribution amount is $100 a month. Your investment span is 25, let's say 25 years, right? Is that what he said? Your estimated rate of return is 5%. Okay. There you go. You will have $33,308. Bro, what are you doing? What are you going to buy with that? You can't even buy a Honda Civic with that, motherfucker. Oh, I said 0.5%. Never mind. Sorry. My bad. Wow. Well, I guess you can buy a Honda Civic now. in 25 years. Anyway. So now show daily. What do you mean? Do 10% to be charitable? There is no 10% consistent rate of return. There is no, what? What do you mean do 10%? Why would I do 10%? Are you insane? That's like not a thing. If you had a way to have a 10% return on investment, okay, for 25 years consistently, you would already be like, you would be the greatest quant of all time. You would already be a quadrillionaire because like you would be working for a bank. They would like trap you into a facility and put you up to a fucking IV. You're saying like hedge funds or private equity guarantee that, but that's silly bitch shit because over the course of 25 years, no one is doing that. That's crazy. And everybody that says the average return of the S&P is 10%, brother, exactly. The fuck do you mean? No one is out. Dude, how many times have we done this? No one fucking, first of all, no one outcompetes the market consistently over the course of 25 years. That is literally the number one thing that like people like Berkshire Hathaway's very own Warren Buffett say all the time. Okay, some of the best investors, okay, historically have regularly talked about how it is virtually impossible over the course of a decade to outcompete the market. Like, you can't do that unless you're Paul Pelosi, in which case, you know, you maybe have some insider information. That's the entire purpose of all these scam courses where people literally fucking say shit like, oh yeah, if you buy my Alpha Brain supplement course, you will be able to get a 15% ROI. Like, 10% return isn't impossible. Madoff did it. Yeah, exactly. Also, that guy, the funniest part about it is that I used his terms. I used his fucking terms. He's like, yeah, you'll be a millionaire in 25 years. Like, what the fuck? No, you won't. What the fuck? What are you talking about? Wait, how many years?
How can someone start their path to becoming financially free in today's world?
$100 a month at a 4 or 5% return on your money in 20 years, you'll be a millionaire. I like
that motherfucker's a banker, bro. Your initial deposit is $1,200. Your contribution amount is $100. Wait, did I do that wrong? Your initial deposit is $100, and your contribution amount is what? Your initial deposit is $0. Your contribution amount is monthly $100. Okay. How do I? And then your compound frequency is daily. In 20, and I put 25 years. I didn't even put his, dude, I didn't even put his fucking terms. I put a better term than he did. I put 25 years with the initial deposit of $1,200. Now we're down to 41,000. And he said 4 to 5. Compound frequency annually Does he mean 45 years? Because even then it doesn't hit. Like, how many years would it take to get $1 million? I think, like, yeah, your investment time span, it maxes out at 50. Okay, your contribution amount probably needs to be like, yeah, your contribution amount needs to be monthly $1,000. Let's say $500 for 50 years. Like, you barely fucking do that at a 5% estimated rate of return. Okay. And for 20 years, like he said, your contribution amount needs to be, holy fuck, at least 2,000, I guess. No, not even 2,500. Yep, $2,500 monthly in 20 years with a 5% rate of return. And this is before we like talk about inflation and all these other components like that obviously factor in. Like, you know, all of your cost of living. This is like $2,500 that you are contributing every month, which is like most people's fucking actual entirety of their like pre-tax earnings. You know what I mean? I mean, he's just bananas. Also, the market crashes every 10 years. Yeah, there's that too.
I like the old 10-10-80 rule. First 10% to God, second 10% to savings.
So here's the thing, okay? Before we get into like, oh, just have rich parents, lol, okay? One thing that we're failing to understand is that motherfucker didn't have rich parents, most likely. The reason why these fucking idiots can be this dumb, okay? They can be this dumb about like how hard it is to make money and like retire and have life savings is not because they're scammers. It's not because they're alpha dogs, okay? It's literally because of social safety nets that they took for fucking granted. Oh my God, how do you not understand this? The reason why all of these old out of touch dipshits are able to fucking act like, you know, what? Just don't buy a, you know, jalapeno popper one day of the week. And, you know, don't buy an avocado toast and you'll be fine, brother. Like, the reason why they can say that is because, like, the GI Bill and numerous other ways that the American society was developed in the post-World War II era laid this out for them, okay? All of the social safety nets and all the handouts they got from the government doing its fucking job is the reason why they were able to fucking retire like this. That's it. That's the point. The housing market was genuinely different, okay? The cost of living and upward social mobility was not locked away in this like increasingly expensive endeavor. That's it. And it's not like it's not like these people look like they're profoundly wealthy now from your point of view because your existence is like awful in comparison to theirs. But like, they weren't even like profoundly rich. You could just be a plumber and like fucking have a house and a car and then a second car. You know, then you could work at a fucking factory and you were protected by unions. You could work at a factory every fucking day. You could retire. You had a pension. All of these things were basically designed for you. Yeah, you could be a janitor and have a stay-at-home spouse and send kids to college. That's unimaginable now. That's not a thing. And for some weird reason, we just cannot comprehend. Like, everybody talks about the nostalgia of the olden days and whatever, and talk about how great it is. You're not sitting at a desk with 3 monitors examining 4 charts a second while drinking 20-year-old guy's blood, listening to Peter Thiel's audiobook on repeat 16 hours a day. So shut the fuck up, Hasan. You don't know shit about finance. That's why you can't get a mere 10% average. Exactly. That's how shit works. And so many people look to like unique individuals. Like, some people that have been able to make it. And a lot of those people also have like, some people have been able to make it, and they make it because of you know, a multitude of different reasons, like, but mostly just luck. It's usually never just meritocracy. It's like hard work, but also luck. Okay, luck plays a significant fucking role, but that doesn't mean that's going to be for everybody. Not everyone's going to be a fucking Twitch streamer. Okay, it's just not going to happen. I'm one of those people who's profoundly lucky, straight up, and I tell it to you straight instead of fucking lying to you and being like, oh my God, like, I did it. You can too. Just do the Sigma grind set. Play the Sigma grind set music and just like work really hard. Yes, working really hard can genuinely improve your circumstances, will usually improve your circumstances. But the reality is, like, getting to this level is just pure luck. It is. Yeah, you work much harder than most people, to be honest. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the reality is, like, I'm putting in, you know, 70 hours a week, right? On and off camera, not just directly on camera. But ultimately, okay, there are other people doing that too, and they're not making the amount of money that I'm making in a fucking day. There's so many people, you just don't hear about them. That's the point. There are so many people that work that amount every fucking week and barely make ends meet. Okay? It's not like they're not working harder. They are working hard. It's not like they're, you know, not working smart. It doesn't matter. It wasn't luck for the doctor, though. Every component, luck plays a significant role, dude. What are you talking about? It wasn't luck for the doctor. We don't know what kind of family he was born into, but like, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't have any control over your spawn point, and your spawn point dictates your future, okay? There is no instance where someone is above luck. I work in tech now and make good money. I work 35 hours a week. I was working like 50 stocking shelves back in the day, and I worked way harder than I do now. Yeah, I think if you're talking about like the amount of work or the kinds of work that you put in, okay, the kind of work that you do, it's significantly more laborious, is significantly worse on your fucking body the lower you go on the totem pole. The lower it is, what we consider to be like low skill work is significantly harder. The service industry is infinitely harder than anything I've ever done. Okay? It's just true. You have to be lucky to even be smart enough to get through med school. I mean, there is also a lot of financial components in your life that have to be correct. Like your parents have to make sure that they at least like make ends meet for you so you can work on your studies. Being poor is more expensive than being rich. I know this. I've been both. I'm telling you. It's worse. It's harder. It literally weighs on your conscience every day, okay? It's something that you have to live with every day of your fucking life, or you're thinking about it. You're thinking about bills every day of your fucking life. You're thinking about making ends meet every fucking day of your life. That plays a gigantic role in your existence. Anyway.
Investments, and then you live off 80%, regardless of what you make. It works.
The earlier you start, I mean, you could have a great nest egg by 45. If you're consistent, you'll do fine. And put away more than 10%. Put away 15, 20%.
I was in banking for 20.
Yeah, it's just fucking nuts. I mean, that guy's a doctor and he's a fucking idiot, you know? What the fuck? His brain should be examined. Finance YouTubers, man. They're fucking bananas. This is Sebastian Giorgi, a 24-year-old finance YouTuber with over 800,000 subscribers. I don't know. I just don't know, like, I don't know where these people are coming from. I don't get it. Maybe it's because of my proximity to not having a lot of money. Like, because a couple years ago, I was not there. You know what I mean? Maybe the older I get and the more comfortable I get financially, the less I will, like, remember that. But it's just so fucking stupid. Like, how do you say this? Like, how can you get away with saying shit like this without even, like, thinking about it? I don't understand it. I don't. But the takeaway here, Hasan, we know all the rich people know each other. Look, the takeaway here should basically be, the takeaway here should always be that, like, those old boomers are not, like, profoundly wealthy, but they seem profoundly wealthy in comparison to where you are now. And the reason for why they are so delusional and think that, you know, you save $100 a month, you put that aside, even though, like, even though that in and of itself is, like, so idiotic. Some people don't have $100 to save, you know what I mean, a month. But let's say you do. It's a tiny amount of money for you. Like, that's nothing. You're not retiring on that. At this point, you can't even retire with $1 million. The fuck do you mean? Like, retire on what, 60K? Like, that's psychotic. Anyway. $2.5K is a mortgage payment on a $350 to $400K house, depending on, you give 0 to 20% down. I'm buying a house now with my wife using my VA home loan and a first-time home buyer. Okay, opinion discarded. You are literally a veteran. That's it. Veterans get some, like, marginal fucking social safety nets. Like, you just described it. You got a VA home loan. You also get, like, you also get your college education paid for. You get, like, some form of free health care. I mean, you deserve it, but everyone deserves it. Remember, we make $140K combined, and that's still an expensive house. We have 2 car payments and have debt and put away 10% into savings. We're like the top 5% of U.S. workers. Sorry for spamming. I also don't like your new haircut, but love you still. That's the point. Exactly. Like, veterans are like the remaining, like, if you want to understand how social democracy would work in this country, don't even look to the VA. Don't even look to veterans. Actually, look to cops, okay? Cops literally live in, like, a Nordic style form of governance. They just live in an entirely different plane of existence. They have the strongest fucking benefits. They have the strongest unions. Like, they literally just, that's it. It's cops. Cops are living on a different plane of existence than you guys are. They don't understand it, okay? Veterans have some kind of protection as well, but not a lot. Okay, not enough, but everyone should have that. You shouldn't have to, like, literally fucking serve in the goddamn military and get fucked up and possibly get your shit blown up specifically so that, you know, you'll have, like, the benefits that every single citizen has in any other European nation. You know? Okay. This is the last thing I want to cover. That's, like, light news, and then we're gonna get into